Good afternoon, friends and family. I want to tell you a story about pride. Because most people don't realize how easily that creeps into our own hearts. We are told by Yeshua, our Savior, that we will have trials and tribulations and that we will be tested in this life. The prosperity gospel that has swept mainstream Christianity is not biblical. We are constantly at war in this body. James 4, you adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. Romans 8, for if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. Our flesh is constantly at war with the Spirit. The flesh wants to satisfy its passions, its urges, its lusts. And one of those things the flesh wants is pride. In 2 Corinthians 10, Paul said this, we destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God and take every thought captive to obey Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience when your obedience is complete. Paul tells us we must take every thought captive to make sure we're being obedient. My birthday was recent, and some of my family called me down to have a birthday dinner. When we were eating dinner, there was like 9 or 10 of us at the table, and my aunt started talking about how my cousin went on this mission trip to Nepal. And mind you, this side of my family wants absolutely nothing to do with Torah. I have talked to them about it. They don't want to hear it. I haven't even told them that I have a ministry where I teach Torah. They are ride or die Southern Baptist. And in the Southern Baptist church, you need to get baptized and then you're good to go. A lot of them believe things like once saved, always saved. Nobody that's a Southern Baptist thinks that you need to obey the dietary laws that God gave us. And I'm given an awful hard time for that since I want to obey God's dietary laws. And the Southern Baptists say things far too often like, we saved 500 people at that revival. And this is where my aunt was going with this conversation. I guess there was an older gentleman suffering from some kind of ailment in Nepal, and my cousin asked to pray for him. The man told my cousin that he didn't believe in our God, but if he was healed by our God, he would start to pray and worship our God. So my cousin prays for the man, and I guess the next day, it was like a total 180. The guy felt like he was on top of the world, and he sought out my cousin and wanted to talk about our God. Which is a fantastic, amazing story. This kind of stuff happens overseas all the time. But my aunt was talking about this moment, and she was talking about my cousin, and she's like, he saved that man. And everybody at the table started going, oh, yeah, that's amazing. Another soul saved. This is so great. And man, a spirit of pride just came over me. I just wanted to scream out, well, I have a ministry where 70,000 people listen to what I say, and I'm actually teaching them the Bible. I'm teaching them the context. I'm teaching them what Jesus said and did, and that the laws of God still matter. I'm not teaching them this once saved, always saved garbage. And I was like this close to an outburst saying something like that. But I remembered Paul's advice, and I took that thought captive and I threw it away. It is extremely easy to slip into pride. Look at how many pastors fall from pride. Heck, not even pastors. Look at people in the Bible that have fallen from pride. Solomon was called the wisest man that ever lived, and he fell to pride. Many kings of Israel struggled with pride. Uzziah's fame spread far and wide. Because he was strong, he grew proud to his own destruction, and he was unfaithful to God. I need to make something very clear to all of you publicly. This ministry, my ministry, has saved 0 people. I can do nothing in and of myself, and the only reason any of you follow me is because God wanted you to. The only person that's ever lived that has saved anybody is Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. And the only people saved by Yeshua HaMashiach were called to him by our Father in heaven, Yahuwah. My ministry is a total blessing to me, as are many of your ministries. But we all must realize that it's God's ministry. If I have helped any one of you, anyone, in any way, shape, or form, any of my videos have helped you, it is all the glory to the Most High God. I am His instrument, but I am not the hand. I am not capable of saving or condemning anyone. So brothers and sisters, I encourage each one of us, myself included, to be on guard, constantly be at war with our flesh, and take every single thought that is against God's way of living captive. If something creeps into your head that's against God, you kick it right out of there. We must be very careful to not let anything that God has given us lead us into pride. Because pride is of the flesh. It is not of the spirit. Blessings to each and every one of you. I love you.